Should your dick play Persona 5? Let's find out. So what do I mean by should your dick play? It means taking your dick and slapping it on the inputs of the controller, like slapping your dick on the buttons or dragging it across the analog to move, that sort of thing. For example, you can slam your dick on the buttons like this, or drag your dick across the analog sticks like this. I recommend having a perpetual hard-on for this, as a limp dick probably wouldn't have much weight to it. I would say use one of those dick rings, so the blood doesn't leave your dick. That's if you're serious about this. If you were thinking about playing a PC game with your dick, I wouldn't recommend doing it on a keyboard, as it's a lot more cluttered and you can hit the wrong key by mistake. So Persona 5 is a turn-based JRPG. Most of the gameplay doesn't require any multiple inputs in quick succession, or pressing multiple buttons at the same time. Because of this, it makes Persona 5 very manageable to beat the game with your dick. I wouldn't recommend doing this in long play sessions, because this game takes about 60 hours to beat, and if you were to 100% the game, then that should take over 100 hours, so I suggest taking breaks unless you really hate your dick. So the gameplay is split up into two parts. Firstly, you have the free roam gameplay, where you can travel around the city, talk to the NPCs, and shop for items. And the second part are the battles, where you're going around dungeons and fighting monsters. So in Persona 5, the main protagonist is framed for assaulting a man, and you are sent to live with a family friend in Tokyo where you attend a new school. You're new in the city, you don't know anyone, and one of the main gameplay elements is to socialize. Make friends with people, which will overall make you stronger during the dungeon segments. This involves just scrolling through a lot of text, and to advance the text, you have to continually tap a button, so that's a lot of dick slapping. That alone is gonna give your dick a workout. Thankfully, there's an auto-advance setting on the menu, so you can put your controller and your dick down as the text advances for you. The auto-advance does take a while to get through. You'll probably be done reading the text before the text advances, so if you're impatient, you're gonna have to use your dick to advance the text, especially if you're speedrunning the game, as you want to advance the text as quickly as possible, so unless you got the dick of steel, then I wouldn't recommend it. Let's talk about the movement. So during free roam and crawling through dungeons, you can move around 360 degrees, so you're gonna be dragging your dick across the analog stick a lot. That's really gonna chafe your dick, but that's not all. You also have to control the camera, so unless you have two dicks, you have to control the character and the camera individually. So that's a lot of swapping back and forth. I imagine your dick will be getting red raw in a short time frame. Also, with all this dragging, try not to get too excited, if you know what I mean. Fortunately, that's all the hardcore dragging your dick's gonna be doing. The other inputs require button presses for talking to NPCs and browsing through menus. To browse through the menus, you can use the analog stick or slap that heavy dick on the directional buttons to navigate, so whichever works best for your dick. Browsing through menus can involve using the face buttons and shoulder buttons. If you can curve your dick to reach those shoulder buttons, then sweet. But if not, then you're gonna have to turn the controller with your dick so you can get to the shoulder buttons. If that's too much trouble, then use your free hand to turn the controller. However, if you're doing a speed run with your dick, then this isn't allowed, but if you're casually playing, then it's all good. Now let's go into the dungeons. Moving around is the same as in the free roam, but with a few new moves like pressing a button to jump, going into cover, and ambushing an enemy. The main thing you're gonna be doing in dungeons are battles. Battles are turn-based, so when it's your turn you can select a variety of options to do battle with, like attacking, using skills, items, and defending, to name a few. Navigating the battle system is similar to navigating a menu. You can slap that dick down on the face buttons to perform an action. If you're going to use a skill or an item, you have to select the item you want to use and also select the target. That's quite a bit of dick slapping for one action, and you can have a maximum of 4 party members. The beauty part about all this is that there's no time limit on your turn, so you can take as much time as you like. If your dick is feeling sore, then you can take a break here. There's no rush. Speaking of rush, another fortunate thing you can do is use rush mode. With one dick slap on a button, the battle will autoplay at an increased speed, so you don't have to touch the controller. The only downside is that you only use melee attacks. This is best used for easy battles that you're powerful enough to beat with just melee attacks. That's not the only way to make battles easier on your dick. You can also change tactics for each of your party members, so instead of inputting your actions for your 3 party members, you can change their behavior and have them focus on specific roles. For example, you can have a party member focus on healing and buffing other party members, or have one focus on targeting a single enemy, or have one focus on using attacks that don't use SP. This allows less input from your dick, so you don't have a numb schlong with every battle. I'll give them credit. They really thought of a lot of things to make it easier on your dick. And that's pretty much it. Moving and navigating are going to be the main things your dick is slam dunking on. Turn-based RPGs are generally an easy genre for your dick to handle due to its relaxed gameplay, no urgent inputs are required, and you can take your time with the free roaming and battles. Due to the long length of the game, breaks are recommended, especially if you're a dick swinging noob. However, if you want to take your dick downtown, and you want a challenge no one has ever done, then I say go for it. Just make sure to wash your controller before giving it to someone else. I can't really think of much else they can do to make this easier on your dope dick. Maybe some quality of life improvements, but for a game that's mainly designed to be played with your hands on your controller, it's a pretty good job. So why do this? Well, have you ever seen one of these? I've seen Dark Souls be played with multiple different controllers by this one guy. It's impressive, but if you really want to go disco, then bring in the wang. If I ever see one of these, my jaw will do a backflip. Dark Souls with your dick. Where's that video? If you want to go for that extra penis special, and really blow everyone's minds, among other things, you can go for that speedrun. Some speedruns finish at around the 14 to 16 hour mark, so the game is on. You probably can't post it on YouTube without it getting taken down, of course, because, you know, penis. But hey, put the speedrun on Pornhub, they'll take it. So after all this thorough research, I would give this game 8.5 inches out of 10. Absolutely possible. You're